Hey folks, RKBA for Life coming at you with a new video of a really cool piece of gear. This is, as the receiver so elegantly shows, the Ruger Gunsite Scout, chambered in .308 Winchester. It's a pretty long weapon, so I'm not able to do a comprehensive safety check, but as you can see, the bolt is open and to the rear, so there's nothing in the magazine or the weapon. So we'll proceed with the review. I'll just make some brief comments on the weapon and its intent and why this is a very practical acquisition for anyone looking at a quality long gun. The first thing to note is it really combines a lot of good features. You've got a detachable magazine there, obviously. Holds 10 rounds of .308, so that makes it a very compelling option if you live someplace that ordinarily would restrict AR-15s in their unmodified configuration, like California or New York State or something like that, where you can't own an AR-15 or an AK-47 without funky stocks or magazine locks or things like that. The trigger on this gun feels pretty nice. It's got a heavy pull, but it is a single stage, very crisp break. So Ruger's probably just basically trying to keep the lawyers off their backs by making it as heavy as it is, but it does break pretty cleanly, so I don't have any objections there. I do run the Scout mount on this little guy because in using it in the field, it actually makes a lot of sense. Jeff Cooper had some ideas about how guns work and things like that, and many of his ideas haven't stood the test of time, but this is one that has pretty well. So as far as the forward mounting of the Scout scope goes, I think that's a really good idea because you can keep an eye on your target and keep an eye on your scenery, which is really nice, especially even when you're shooting at the range, because you can keep an eye on your target and you can keep an eye on what other shooters are doing. So if they're doing something unsafe, you're not all eye in the scope, right? So the price on this little guy runs about $800, $700 depending on where you look. If you find it at a $600, you're doing pretty well. I think this is probably an excellent acquisition for somebody looking at an all-around, multi-purpose firearm that can knock out several categories like a hunting arm or a self-defense arm or any of those things, and it can do so without having to spend a lot of money on specialized hardware. Obviously, you'd want to have like an AR-15 and a hunting rifle specifically, but like me, some of us don't have the money to be able to have all those separate long arms. So having a piece of gear which can knock out all of those things in one unit. You got your self-defense part coverage, you got your hunting needs coverage, you've got your without rule of law extreme situation part covered. You've got all those things covered in one piece of gear. And when you think about it, if things go bad enough that you're doing the whole I am legend deal, walking around in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, you're not going to be carrying 6 or 7 long guns anyway. So it makes a lot of sense. I definitely recommend it. Feel free to post comments in about this about this rifle and what you guys think of it, and I look forward to hearing from your comments and your discussion on it. So keep it intelligent, keep it cool. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.